What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the possibility of the Toronto Raptors trading for Bojan Bogdanovic, as this has been a rumor that's been coming up quite a bit in recent news. The first person that really got it going was Tim McMahon of ESPN. Of course, anytime someone like him or Zach Lowe, which this was on the Lowe podcast, or an Adrian Wojnarowski or Shams Charania, or Bobby Marks, whenever one of these guys comes out and says something and that they hear rumbling of something happening, it's obviously something to talk about. And Tim McMahon came out and said on the Lowe podcast that he hears rumblings between the Utah Jazz and the Toronto Raptors, and that it is not about Donovan Mitchell. Everyone kind of believes that that if he's going to get traded, it's going to be to the New York Knicks. But he said that Bojan Bogdanovic to the Raptors is a big thing that's come up, and that the Raptors will pursue, Bogdanovic if the Jazz indeed decide to trade him, which they will trade him because he's an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season, and the Utah Jazz are not contending this year, so there's no point in keeping him on the roster if you're trying to tank and get the number one overall pick next season and get something for Bogdanovic. So, we'll see ultimately if the Raptors end up trying to trade for him, but I think that would be a smart move. He's coming off an injury, of course, and he had a good season last year. He's 33 years old, which isn't the greatest thing, but if you take a look at what he's been able to do these past years, he's still 33, still an okay age. He played 69 games last season. He averaged 18.1 points per game, over 4.3 rebounds per game, 1.7 assists per game. And he shot the ball very, very well, as he's done really his entire career. In 30 minutes a night, he did all that. He shot the ball 46% from the field and 40% from three, while shooting, having a good 88% free throw shooting percentage. On the defensive side of things, he's not, bad, but he's not great. He averaged a half a steal a game. He doesn't get really too many blocks, but he brings effort, and he's one of those versatile guys that the Raptors really like. He's a 6'8" forward that can really play shooting guard, small forward, or power forward, really anywhere you need him to play. He's a long guy, so he's really of value to the Toronto Raptors. Now, what might Bojan Bogdanovic cost? Well, that's the big question, that people have. If he's worth, whatever the Jazz are looking to get. And no one really knows what the Jazz want to get, but the Raptors aren't going to give up a whole lot, and they're going to have to match salary somewhat. Bogdanovic, he does make $20 million. He is making $20 million this upcoming year, so the Raptors are going to have to not match it, but come close to it. It's actually 19.3 to be exact, but the Raptors are probably going to have to give away a couple contracts now. Possible trade might look like Bojan Bogdanovic to the Raptors for Kem Birch, Malachi Flynn, Svi Mykhailiuk, and a second-round pick or some package around that. The Raptors aren't going to give up a core piece for Bojan Bogdanovic. He's going to be a guy who was added to the core and comes off the bench. That's what his role is going to be. He's just going to be a guy who provides shooting off the bench. Maybe get some starting time if someone goes down, or if someone needs a few less minutes on a certain night. That is what Bojan Bogdanovic is going to be. He's not going to be a 30-minute, 35-minute per game guy like he was in Utah off the right out of the starting lineup. He'll probably be a guy who gets 25 minutes a night off the bench for the Raptors. He just provides some more depth that the Raptors really need, so that they don't have their starters playing 45 minutes a night like Fred VanVleet and Pascal and Scotty Barnes and company were doing last season. So this could be a really smart move for Masai and Bobby Webster and the Raptors. I'm really happy that they're pursuing it, and we'll see what ultimately ends up happening here. But if the Raptors trade for Bogdanovic, believe me, Kevin Durant is still on the table. And in my opinion, if he gets traded, it is going to be to the Raptors. I think KD will play for either the Brooklyn Nets or the Toronto Raptors next season. So we'll see what happens with that. But Bogdanovic could be a smart move. Like I said, he would be a guy that comes off the bench. Probably our most used bench piece. I still think the Raptors got to get a backup point guard. We'll see if they end up doing that. Maybe it'll be with that Kevin Durant trade, or maybe they'll sign a guy. But Bogdanovic would, although he's an unrestricted free agent, he would probably be a guy that the Raptors look to re-sign and, keep here for the next 3-4 years. So we'll see what ultimately happens with that there. But guys, that's all I got in this video. You guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on Bojan Bogdanovic. Would you want him on the Raptors? I would certainly want it. You guys let me know all that good stuff down below in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll see you guys on the next video. Let's go Raptors.